Okay, folks, good morning. Let's move this stuff out of the way. I really need to, you know what, I need to just remove this. Because this is my camera mount and it's always in the bloody way. Here we go. This is a highly busy area. All right. So we don't have a whole lot of time this morning. But we're going to continue building some of the stuff that we already have out here because, you know, what I really need to do is seal stuff with a... I need to prime these little pieces to this Airfix set. And I just noticed something really interesting that I'd never noticed before. This horse that comes with this set, that comes with the Jungle Outpost, looks like it's the same pose. It's the same pose as the horse that comes with the German mountain troops from Airfix. However, this is 172nd, and the other one is 176th. Where's all my plastic thingies? Oh, I better be careful. There's some Japanese here that are tempting me to look at them. I'm not going to do what I did with the other stuff, which is prime a bunch of things. That's German paratroops. It's amazing how you get like... Is that German paratroops? No, it's German Army infantry. It's amazing how you have 100 figures, and then as a kid, and then eventually I'm down to like 23. They just go disappearing. Casualties on the Eastern Front. World War I Germans. Why the hell I have those, I'll never know. U.S. paratroopers in blue and green. Here's the German mountain troops. Alright, let's put these things back. I know, I sidetracked myself. No, it happens. Yep. What's up, man? Yeah, it doesn't feel like my birthday. Gotta go to work. Bunch of bullshit. Well, it's either that or take the day off in the middle of the week, do a bunch of work just to leave, to come back and fix it all. Oh, they cheated. It's exactly the same mold. This isn't 1/72nd scale. It's 1/76th. Okay. Well, how the hell did the Japanese get a German pack horse? Okay, it looked bigger. And technically that should be a mule or something, I don't know. Yeah, these excellent Japanese troops you gave me. When I paint Japanese, I'm probably going to start with the plastics. Mainly because, well, a couple reasons. The Japanese I have are kind of soft, the old ones. By the way, this stuff that you've gotten from Valor Games, are they the new type of lead alloy that is not bendy? Crafty Clark, good morning. Happy birthday, yeah. I get rewarded by going to work. Hope it's a good one despite the work day. Well, Wednesday's my day to stay late, so not only do I have to go to work, I have to stay late. I shouldn't say I have to stay late. I have to stay until some nut and mutton heads are done, which I don't know what is going to be. Hope I do something fun this weekend. I hope so. I'm planning on going to a hobby show. You guys have any interest in any videos of that? I might take a short video of what you can expect to see at one of them. This is at the Strawberry Festival. Strawberry Festival campgrounds or some bullshit like that. Some redneck dumb or something. And Plant City. You going to Plant City? Yep. Well, not really. I'm just going to this model meet, model show, model competition. I'm not even going to go for the competition. I take photos of a couple things that are entered, and I go, my stuff looks better than this, but okay, cool. There was one diorama that was really cool, but it's like, okay, with like a train getting knocked out or something like that by P-47s or something. But it's like, okay, you build that and you put it in the corner. Like, all right, well, we can't game with that, you know? I resemble that remark. I don't know, do you have a heavy Southern accent? Marcus claims he does, and I call bullshit on him. Marcus just wants to be a hillbilly, but you got to work on your accent, man. You're not very believable. Yes, Battle Valor's game is as strong as any other I've purchased, like AB. Yeah, the AB, man, is like almost as much as the strongest one I've seen is this Polish company called, I don't know if they're in business anymore. They used to be called Odzial Ozmi. And they're the guys that made the Pico armor stuff. They made the little the Pico armor things, and in 2 mil or 3 mil or something like that. And they made some 15 millimeter stuff as well. And they made like Polish and Poles and Teutonic Knights for the Battle of Tannenberg. And their metal, I used to joke that looked like they melted down a bunch of T-55s to get the metal for them. Depends if you've had bourbon. Well, as long as you're not a trashy country person, I don't have a problem with country people. I've lived around. I've lived amongst them. As I like to say, people, I am proudly from the South. I'm just not Southern. And if you're from the South, you know what that means. Okay. Is it just me, when I work on American World War II stuff, I got In the Mood stuck in my head all day long, constantly playing, which I guess there's worse things to be stuck in your head. I was actually trying to find out, okay, what's a playlist of like, World War II stuff, but like songs that don't bug the hell out of me. Like that one doesn't bug me. That Choo Choo song drives me crazy. It's too repetitive. It's like the Little Drummer Boy for Christmas. It's like, dude, can you say something else? Enough with a bum-ba-dum-bum, bum-ba-dum-bum, or whatever thing. Like, geez, man, just lay down, just chill out with it. All right, I need to go scale mates. I got to find these instructions so I don't get nasal cancer from smelling these old scale mates. What is this thing called? Matador. Here it is. Hot kit. Yeah, maybe 40 years ago. Actually, the truck isn't bad. It's not bad if you don't paint the underside. Oh, man. It's actually a good looking truck for a flat front truck. It's not a bad looking truck. All right, we're going to make these sides, but we're going to, like we did the other one, we're going to do them independently so we can remove these if we need to. Well, I got to put my glasses on to find all the parts. I got to put my glasses on so I can find myself. Here they are. And one piece fell off, so we don't know what the hell that one's called. Well, it's the one remaining. So what do we got here? What's this piece called? 23 and 24. So this one is 24. So this one goes over here. This one goes over here. And then the two sides are 21 and 22 21 closer to me. So 21 is here. And the other one is, what the hell was that? Woo! I almost cut myself. That would have been the third time it's ever happened. Okay, and this is the front. What did you get for your birthday this year? Oh, I got exactly what I wanted. I got injured. All right. Don't even have to wrap that one up for you. The nurse will take care of that for you. Is today set up differently? You're on the right-hand side. This is my modeling side. So I have two tables. This is my modeling side. The boogie boogie one drives me a little crazy too. It's too repetitive. And then this is the painting side. This is the original desk from days gone by. And I wanted to get another one. And of course, it's like, oh, you bought this a couple of years ago. We don't make that anymore. Like, it's a fucking desk, dude. You're IKEA, not freaking Ethan Allen. You know? Actually, Ethan Allen has colonial furniture, so their styles haven't changed for 400 fucking years, but let's see. So yeah, that allows me to work on two different things and I have to clean everything out of the way. Very nice and organized. Well, it doesn't look like, compared to everybody else, yeah. Yeah, I have to. That's why I played cleanup yesterday, because I can't think. Coffee. How much coffee do you have a morning, man? If I have more than one coffee, I want to like take over the world. I want to start a land war in Asia. Okay. So yeah, fun thing this weekend I've got, that's coming up, which, you know, part of it is like people go and they enter models in a competition. I'm not interested in that. I'm not dying to be judged by other people to get a challenge coin or a plaque that I'm not going to mount on my wall. So like, why? And then I'm there all day, right? So it's a 1-day show. I'll get there probably when they open. Probably leave at 7 o'clock in the morning, something like that. Have just enough time to do like a short Saturday session. Get in the car, drive down there. It's a couple hours away. Walk everything without buying it, but before buying it. You know, they got vendors, and what I mean by vendors is, you know, like individual people that put their wares out for sale. Not, you know, hobby stores, because they don't exist anymore. So the stuff that's for sale there generally is really affordable. Like, it makes you want to buy it. You know, it's not like it's overpriced or anything like that. That's generally been the case. Okay. This goes to the front. Right, this goes like this. If that's going to ride like that, then this needs to ride like this, and this one goes like this, and this goes towards the bottom then. This goes like that, and then this goes like this. You know, these pieces that go on the end are always tricky. And the reason they're always tricky is you never know if they're meant to be like this or like this. In other words, if this is supposed to sit on the inside or is it supposed to sit on the outside. Because they both have little bevels. So they work either way. So it's almost like you got to put them on and then realize, oh shit, they wanted me to put it the other way when it doesn't fit on there. So I just pick away, and then if it doesn't work, this is the special weld cement. You can pull it off of itself and then do that. And then it looks like it's not the same height. So we'll make it flush on the bottom so you don't have a gap here. And having this cardboard cover works great with this glue because it's not really glue, it's just, you're just welding it. You're just softening the plastic where it melts together. Somebody was saying that this is the same material of like they're thinner or something. That you could save a lot of money just buying the thinner. But I can tell you this. I am, not to sound like an old person, but I do not like using some materials because they're stinky. Like the old Tester cement, I think got reformulated by good old Rust-Oleum. And Rust-Oleum formulated it in a way that is unbearably stinky. And I won't use it. I got 2 bottles of the stuff I don't have a use for. I figured, okay, I'll make sprue goo out of it. It's too strong. It's like, it's like if you're in the middle of one of those nail salons and they're melting people's acrylic nails. Or whatever, however the hell they do that. Taking them off with acetone, whatever. It's extremely toxic smelling. And I don't really consider myself somebody who's susceptible to those stinky smells, but after building models, after painting miniatures for years, with paint that basically has no smell, you really pick up on that stuff. People still do Odziel Osmi, as do Aster. Never heard of Aster. Isn't there a company called Aster that does like blenders and stuff like that? That's a cool scale. However, some vehicles don't look like the vehicle because it has the piece of flash that's holding the barrel down. So you might have like a barrel and then there's a piece of flash that vertically goes across the whole thing. Now, this doesn't happen to fit inside of it, does it? No, okay. Well, I'm certainly not going to glue it down. Oh, and it goes this way. It's a camper top. Well, a buddy of mine, we were going to do a double DBA army. Back in the days when I had some fantasy like double DBA might be fun. And it's not for me. And we were going to build double later poles with Hungarian allies. Because I was going to do a later Hungarian army anyways, and I did. Eventually I made a later Hungarian army. Only 10 years after we talked about doing this, but more than 10 years actually. But the later poles, these figures that came out from Odziel Osmi, were beautiful. So, and they built them in a DBA 2.2 army set, because that's what was around back then, was 2.2. And I got a set and he got a set, and he got deployed to Korea, South Korea obviously. And that's when I used to wake up at 4 in the morning instead of 5. And I would hobby with him on Skype. And he had such a hard time cleaning the flash off of those figures that he ended up throwing them away in a Korean dumpster. So somewhere in Korea, well, not anymore. Okay, see, this isn't quite working. This isn't quite working. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to stop, take the two short sides off. This happened last time, and I'd forgotten I had to glue it to this first. Glue it to the sides. It wasn't that torturous, so I didn't remember. Latch goes on the same side. So I got no plans today other than going to Starbucks and getting my free drink. I got lots of stuff in my Amazon shopping cart. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it. And I'm not really in a hurry to do it. I would have been flooded by palm trees and all kinds of Pacific flora that I would have had to do a review on. And maybe I'll find something at the convention that's like I don't know, a Yag Panther or something. Maybe I want to build that next. Well, that's not the Pacific. I said, well, who cares, you know? It's basically acetone. It's terrible. It smells horrible. I mean, all this stuff is toxic. You don't want to drink any of it, but man, you don't need to be tortured along the way. So, they definitely changed the formula of the testers, this stuff, because in the States that was the first one that was available, was testers. You had the tube, and then you had the testers liquid. And my dad was the one that was big on this liquid stuff. And when you're a kid, well, you're an impatient kid. You don't want to wait on something to weld itself together, and you think it's weak, and you know all those inaccuracies that you have as a kid. But I never liked this stuff as a kid. Man, but it doesn't smell as bad as that stuff. And it comes with a brush, but the brush is like, very, very inaccurate and really crappy quality. So I've just kept these bottles, and I had three. I had the Tamiya one. I had this weld cement from way back when. I had this one from the 90s still. Or did it? Or did I rebuy it? I don't remember. But we used to use this with a paintbrush. But it comes in a little container like the Micro Sol and Micro Set, which is extremely top heavy. So I took one of these Tamiya ones and put it in here. And it doesn't work, I don't think, as good as the Tamiya one. It works a little slower. So we ended up making the sprue goo with it. And the sprue goo actually smells nice. It smells like oranges. It smells like Orangina. No, it smells nice. The same way that stripping stuff called citrus strip actually smells better than citrus strip. So we got plenty more of it, but when we run out, we'll be buying that micro weld again to make sprue goo out of it, because I'm definitely a big fan of sprue goo. Jeffrey just turned me on to use the Airfix stuff for it, so I'll probably keep the Airfix plastic. It worked really well. These extra sprues in the Airfix plastic. There we go. Sit his happy ass over there. All right. Next thing on the instructions is les accoutrements on the bottom of this. All these pieces that have different numbers that probably shouldn't have individual numbers. Piece 30. Is that this stuff down here? Piece 30. I better cut these out one at a time or we're going to get the great mix-up, Batman. A lot of these pieces have significant overpour on them. And I just said last year, I think last year I took off for my birthday. And I'm like, I'm never working on my birthday again. Yep, I'm working on my birthday today. Yeah, so basically you have to do a bunch of work to get ahead, to get caught up again, to fix things and use a vacation day, and nah, we're good. Okay, that's going to fit right there. Well, I'm glad I was able to fix that Sherman. That way I don't have to go on the lookout for an Airfix Sherman to get on the cheap, just so because I don't have a back plate for one of the Shermans. All right, moving our way. Piece after is number 29. Grab 29. Ooh, yep, there it is. I went to the model meeting yesterday, and this is the reason I go to the model meeting, to share ideas. And these guys had this wiring that they had between different radio antennas on a plane, on the aircraft. And they didn't make it with sprue, they made it with this stuff called Easy Line. And apparently it's stretchy a little bit and you can put it down with super glue. So I haven't even seen where that's even available. But that might be something worth getting. Where's my tweezers of unusual skill? They're so small, and they're just short enough to fall down here. Let's see if we can use one of these. Oh, this one's okay. Of all the shitty ones, this is the best shitty one. Yep. I actually like doing the tweezer work. It's satisfying, like I've got an advanced degree or something like that. Like I'm performing surgery or saving the life of somebody worthy. All right, next one over is oh, 29's on the other side. Well, does it really fucking matter? It's the same as 28. All right, let's put the other one here. I miss the days when I didn't have to wear glasses. I feel like I get in mole man mode. If I don't have glasses, I'm in mole man mode. If I have them on, I get tunnel vision, so I'm mole mad mode. So unless I'm like driving or something like that, I'm okay. But man, when I'm looking at things up close, I make these errors that I never made before. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's that fucking mole man. So that's the nice thing about the model shows is they're one afternoon for me. I don't even waste my whole day. You know, it's not like I have to take a day off like a wargaming convention. And it's a whole weekend. Now the bad thing is about the wargame show that we have in September, there's no hobby show, there's no model meeting, there's no model show the same weekend. So I can't like get like two bangs for the buck. Okay, and then 27 and 26 are these little clowns that fit over here. Okay, and they're the bloody same. Yeah, I got kind of a late. I had to leave the model meeting kind of late, so I never did make it out to Mitch's yesterday. I could have, but I didn't want to be there until freaking midnight. Some of us have to work the next day. Okay, all those accoutrements are off the bottom. Now we're going to put the two fenders. Doesn't matter which is which. Not to me. They have these little pegs that are so small that if you're not careful, they'll melt off. Okay. Shouldn't make a difference. I wasn't holding my mouth right. Get out Wendy the welder. And then all the Marcus parts. Actually, I don't mind these. It's the ones on the Eschi kits that just drive me crazy because they don't fit together well. My wife actually asked me, said, if we go with you, is there anything for us to do that way? I said, how much do you want to, on the model show this weekend? I said, well, how much do you like tipping cows? Because they got that. I know, but then I'm like, leave me alone. Because then I'll feel like I'm pressed for time. If I'm not pressed for time, I'll go through the vendors and I'll look through them 6 times. And that's what I did. I went over once. Okay, we see who's here. All right, let's look in detail. All right, I wouldn't mind having this. And then I go over a couple more times to make sure I didn't miss anything. Those Airfix parts ought to be getting here soon. I mean, if they in fact sent them to me. I know they'll show up the same. They'll show up the same damn at the model meeting, model show. All right, this is facing this way. Oh, we got another piece of flash on here. I think that's a piece of flash. Yep. There's one of those pieces that should have been attached to the frame, to the sprue, but when I got it, it never was attached. Okay, so that's sitting like this. Piece 41 is loose. It fell off the sprue as well. Oh, I see. It's like this. Okay, got it. Righto. Oh, I hate doing this part. That's putting those little leaf suspension things. I hate leaf suspension. Oh, there's another guy getting shot. Why does he have a U.S. helmet on? Why has he got a U.S. helmet on? There's definitely still some of that leftover dust around here somewhere. .39 is a little piece the transmission goes into. It's kind of unfortunate that they give you the gun pieces and they give you the truck pieces and they're all intermixed. It's not like, okay, all the guns pieces are on this sprue. Like all on this sprue and like maybe half of another one. It's like, no, there's some of the gun pieces on every one of the sprues. It's like kind of strange there. Yeah, it doesn't tell you which one of these to connect to, so we're going to connect it to the middle one. Ah, Snapdragon. All right. I do need to go back and fix that 3/4 ton U.S. weapons carrier thing because I wasn't able to finish that. Way back when, because some of the suspension parts were messed up on it. I think that's what it was. I just gave up on it. Well, since then, I've made suspensions out of a freaking slab of wood. So, I think we'll be able to not let that thing, make it so that we can't do anything with it. I don't know why they give you such a prominent hole for this little thing. It's a bit of overkill. Might not be on tomorrow morning. Dog sitting. Uh oh.